Hey guys, White Wolf here, bringing you this time a review of Darth Bane, Dynasty of Evil. This is he's the author, this is Drew's third book in the Darth Bane series. Before I get into the review, I'm going to give you a little history on Darth Bane. Darth Bane was originally a miner, mining cortosis on the world of Apatros. His original name was Death. He lived with his father, had horrible work hours, and his father also abused him. Later on, he got sick of this. Sick and freaking tired of this. So when the Sith Army recruiters came around, he decided to join them. And he became part of the Gloomwalkers, which is one of the elite fucking clan fucking, shit things in the Sith Army. Um, Later on, and they fought wars and blah 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 blah. And in that battalion or clan or whatever, everyone, even though it was commanded by a lieutenant named Mulibor, everyone looked to Death, who was only a sergeant. Everyone looked up to Death because Death had saved them, and they thought he was the better of the two. Everyone looked up to him, and later he was accused of some. I don't remember. I don't think it was treason. It was something. He was accused of it, and Lieutenant Mulibor had him arrested. And there was one particular girl in the Moonwalkers. Her name was Lucia. She was a young sniper, and he saved her many times. So when they arrested Bane, she wanted to do something, but she couldn't. All she could do was stand there while they arrested him. So after that, he became interested in the Sith. So he went to train on the Sith Academy on Korriban. While he was training there, he would go to the library almost every day and read ancient Sith manuscripts for hours and hours and hours. And he came to realize that what he thought he was being taught at the academy was completely wrong from what should actually be taught and be done. He claims that the more Sith you have, the weaker it will be, because if weaker Sith don't like the Dark Lord, it will kill him. Thus, the Sith Empire will be ruled by a bunch of non-knowledgeable Padawans and Masters and blah 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 blah. So he ended up killing his masters at the Sith Korriban Temple and fled it. He thus, or later on in the book, I think it's might go into the second one, I'm not sure, but he completely destroys the Sith. Absolutely no one left but him. And so he establishes the rule of two. The rule of two is there can only be two Sith at a time. One master, one apprentice. One to embody the power and one to crave it. So he sets out to find himself a new apprentice. And he's infatuated with holocrons, ancient holocrons, so he goes on the hunt and finds them and learns from them also. And while he's going to get one, these things. He finds these things in one of the temples, I believe, that are impervious to blaster bolts, lightsabers, fire blades, whatever you think of. They're called obelisks, and what they do is they attach themselves to Darth Bane and fed off of him. But what he got out of it was impenetrable armor. I mean, and they grew too. So what he had to do was he had to wear this. I don't remember if it was a mask or it was something, so they wouldn't cover his head. But the rest of his whole body was covered in these obelisks. So he wouldn't have to use his force powers much. All he would do was charge in and slaughter everyone and save it because they couldn't kill him. I mean, unless you get a perfect shot on his head, which is practically impossible because it's Dark Lord of the Sith and his Bane. So all he would do, and but eventually, but the bad thing is, they release this chemical which drives him insane and crazy, and they just eat him away, even though he's basically God. So eventually, they get the best of him, and he has to go, and he finds his healer on Ambria. His name is Caleb, and Caleb is the only one that knows how to, heal him. By this time, I believe, first time that he met Caleb, he refused to help him, and he still had the armor. But I believe the second time he came back, he had the obelisks off from a ritual, and he was dying. And by this time, so he went there, and Caleb refused to help him, and he would try everything, but Caleb's will was too strong. He would not give in. But he sensed that Caleb had a daughter in the tent, so he grabs his daughter with the force, hangs her over the fire. He gives in, he heals him, blah 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 blah. And later on, you know, he sends her off, blah blah blah. The second time he comes back, he has an apprentice, Xana. who he finds, and he chose her because she showed extraordinary talent in the Force when I don't I'm not gonna say it wasn't Toydarians. I forgot what they were, but she killed some things with jumping all around and breaking their necks and shit. So he chose her as his apprentice. Um, and I'm gonna say that's it for book one. Yeah, that's it for book one. Book two, basically the same thing. Just going around killing people, getting more holocrons, blah blah blah. And in this book, the third one, um, Darthana finally realizes it's her time to challenge Bane for a title or mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith. And if she loses, she's get killed and he has to find a new apprentice. If she wins, he's obviously killed just to find a new apprentice anyways. So I'm not going to get any great detail in this one because there's a lot of it. But basically, she finds an apprentice, and he finds a new apprentice also at the same time because he's been waiting for her for years to challenge him, and he just gives up. So he finds a new apprentice, she finds a new apprentice, and what they end up doing is they end up meeting back at Caleb's old camp, and I won't tell you why, but they end up meeting back at Caleb's old camp, and that's where the final duel takes place. But so they duel it, and Xana technically wins or loses. It depends on how you read or what you grasp out of the last sentence. And before all this, he finds a holocron on the world of Krakus. And this holocron taught him, well, he didn't really teach him because it wouldn't teach him. So he used his force, went to the holocron deep in the Matrix, and got the secret of essence transfer, which is basically transferring your spirit from one body to the other. So, but Xana doesn't know this, but she knows he went looking for the holocron, and that's it. So they're dueling, she trips on a grave. I'm not gonna tell you why, or I'm not gonna tell you whose it is. She trips on a grave, falls over. Darth Bane sees this opportunity to jump down on her. Right as soon as he's about to slash her, she uses her Sith sorcery and has tentacles and comes, and anytime it touches Darth Bane, it instantly sizzles his skin off and everything. So all it does is wrap itself around his arm, and that's it. His arm's gone. He falls in crumpling pain, and she gets up and is about to kill him. But right as soon as she does, he reaches over and grabs her leg and does the essence transfer. His apprentice, Darth Bane's new apprentice, is standing by watching, and all she sees is a bright flash of light, and then when the light's gone, Xana's laying on the ground, Darth Bane's by a pile of ashes, and his arms over there. So she gets up, and Darth Bane's, well, the apprentice, whatever you want to call her now, asks Bane. She says, no, I'm Darthana, Dark Lord of the Sith. And so the new apprentice pleads her apprenticeship to Darthana, and Darthana walks over to someplace. And if you've read the first two books, you know that Darth Bane has a twitch in his right hand. So when she walks over there to look at something, the apprentice looks over and sees that twitch in his hand, and that's where the book ends. So as you can see, it's quite it plays with your mind. I think he's not alive, or I think he's alive. Some people don't. So it depends on which way you look at it. And the back of this book is a saying: if the dark side's most powerful master can capture the ultimate secret, the Sith will never die. Neither will Bane. So obviously, it's up to you to figure out if he dies or not. I don't think he did. So if you haven't read the first two books, read them. Read this one. Get back to me with your comments if you have. What do you think happened to him? And I'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Bye.